Seriously, I'm alone, guys. I'm by myself. And I'm not talking about like companionship. I'm not talking about relationships. I'm not talking about, wanting, someone in my life. I'm talking about the feeling of being alone. There is times that I want to do van life, because I do want to go on my own private adventures. I believe I'm going to start, and right now I'm on this journey. There's a couple different journeys, honestly. There's a journey of, at some point, I am definitely going to do van life. Maybe if I don't have the money to build the van life that I want, but I'm going to start at least with my car. I believe that there's a lot of state parks where I live, and I believe I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start to see what it's like to be by myself out in the wilderness. And I'm just going to start. One of the things I want to do is get their covers for my windows. And, I want to get a few more extra things, but maybe a few camping things, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to start. I'm definitely going to start for my own peace of mind, because I have a vision and I have a dream for me wanting to do like a van life or a car life or an SUV life, because this is what this is. But honestly, I just want to just, really be by myself right now, because I realize that I don't have any friends. I don't have people that I can depend on or call on when I'm in a bind. I just don't have that. And even if I did, I don't need no lecture if I'm going through something. And I don't need a friend who's going to judge me or be like, oh, whatever. I need a listening ear. I need a supportive ear. And then I need a solution. Help me figure out a solution. And if that's not you, then you're just not a good friend at all. I've considered myself a very good friend. I would go above and beyond to help someone. If they called me today, even if I didn't have the money, they said I need $10. Now, I may not have thousands and thousands of dollars now, so those types of things I ain't gonna have yet, but I'm working on it so that if it ever comes up where, like when my sister bought a house, I had the money to give her to help buy that mortgage, the money needed for certain things, whether it was the home inspection, it was whatever. I had the money. And that's the position I want to be in, for if you need the money and you're able to pay it back, then fine. I'll have the money for that. But there's times where I didn't have the money. There's times where my bank account was zero and I was able to withdraw from it, even if it was zero, knowing that, okay, because they still had direct deposit. So, and they had it where with a fee, you can overdraw your account. And I did. I used that on a few occasions where, whether it was myself or whether it was family or whether it was friends. But people don't realize the sacrifices that you make. They don't realize who you are. They don't realize your heart. You have a heart of gold. And what they do, instead of being a genuine friend to you, they don't be anything. And it's like, where are the good friends at? Where are the childhood friends that we grew up with? Where are they? It's like we get to adults and now we don't believe that we can have friends, when it's mentioned throughout the Bible that God talked to Moses as a friend. So what does that say? We're missing the mark somewhere. We really are, when we are amongst all these people, co-workers, friends, church members, everybody. And yet, out of this big giant millions and millions of people, there's still some of us that are struggling to find a good friend. And I know some of you out there are those good friends. I know you have had friends that you went above and beyond, you bent over backwards, you've done things, you've done favors, and nobody's sitting here looking for a pat on the back. I'm not looking for someone to, oh, you're such a good friend, let me pat you on the back. No, I'm just looking for someone that will treat me the way that I treat them. Someone that will go above and beyond to help a life, to save a life, That's the reasons why I truly believe there's been times, because I'm a maniac when it comes to saving lives. You know, I will definitely try to do what I can to save a life. You know, I know this. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to say, oh, let somebody else deal with it. Just ignore it. No, I will be that one that will call 911. I will be that one that see a commotion and make sure that they are safe. I will be that one that will throw you that lifeline. I'm not going to watch you drown. I'm not going to sit there and watch you suffer. If I see someone ganging up on you and beating you up, I'm going to jump in. We both just be beat up, because I can't fight. But I will do whatever I can to help you, and also call 911 to get somebody there, versus the nutcases out here now that are just filming it. They're filming you getting beat up and even dying, right? This is the world we are living in now, that nobody cares about them. Nobody cares about each other. They only care about themselves. So this is what I had to accept. Here we are on the eve of my birthday, and honestly, I'm very happy. It's mixed emotions for me, because I see this every year now, that I do not get the love and support from anybody other than my kids, you know? And thank God for them. Thank God that they do make sure that they do something. I don't even care if it's paper mache. You can literally make me a gift, and it would be the best gift to me, you know, because it's the thought. You can get a pile of leaves and put that together, and that would be a gift for me. I am literally like not that serious. Like I'm not, you know? So I say this to say that friends, they're just not existence right now. And maybe this is our season to accept that. Maybe this is our season that we don't have friends. And maybe this is our season to walk alone. I have no friends. I'm sitting here on the eve of my birthday, and I'm alone, you know? My kids are grown. Family, we're all scattered. And my parents are deceased. And I realized today, which I've been realizing up until this point, that I have no friends. I am really alone, you know? Even though, like, I have kids, I still have kids that live with me, but they're grown, they're adulting now, and that just says a testament of how our life evolves around our family. And talking about this subject today really hurts, because I didn't really realize I didn't have no friends until there was one year on my birthday, my actual birthday, that there was a person who I thought was a good friend or whatever, and she had a card in her hand, and she asked me for a pen. She was like, oh, you know, do you have a pen? So I gave her this pen thinking that, oh, she's gonna, you know, give me a card or whatever for my birthday. And I was like, you know, well, hey, you don't have to really, I don't even know what I said, to be frankly honest with you, but whatever I said, it was on the lines of, you didn't have to do that or something like that. And she was like, oh, this is not for you, this is for someone else. And this was on my birthday, and it wasn't like they forgot, because they wished me happy birthday when I saw them. So it says a lot that I don't expect much on my birthday. I really don't. I'm not one of those ones that's looking for someone to do something. I know a lot of times my kids may do something. Maybe a close friend or someone or acquaintance may wish me happy birthday. And I get it. We're all lifing now. This is like the reality of life, that we kind of get scattered around and we don't really like connect with each other like that anymore, where we remember birthdays or we acknowledge them. And it's just so interesting that I can recall when I was in school, I had some friends that were really, really good friends. Like when I was younger, way younger, elementary and middle school younger, that those friends that I had back then is the friends I miss, because we were just ourselves. We were just who we were. And we did not have to put on anything. We didn't have to you know, be fake, be phony, all of that. We didn't have to do that because we were just who we were. We were uncovered. We knew about each other. We knew where we lived. We knew our moms. We knew whoever. And it's like now adulting, we don't know each other. And I'm just like, wow, is this real life? Is this how it really is? And it's hurting, because it's like, what happened to our childhood friends? Like, what happened to them? Why now as adults we struggle to make friends? Like, I am struggling to make a friend. And it's like, when I was going through something, like I literally was just recently going through something, a few things, and I had no one that I could call and talk to them without thinking, what are they going to think of me if I tell them this? What are they going to think of me if they know that, you know, something about me, if they know my kids are in trouble, or if I'm in trouble? Like, suppose I called them, I'm behind bars one day. And it's like, when you really feel like you just don't have anybody that you can call and say, hey, I'm in this situation, or hey, you know, I'm going through life right now, can we talk? And it's hard because I don't sense that. I don't feel that. And it hurts me. It really does. But I've also realized too that maybe it's God's will for me to be by myself. Maybe because I've been hurt so much by friends. And the sad thing about it is that I know I'm a good friend. I have made sacrifice. But will anybody do that for me? Because whenever I ask, they never have it. Oh, I'm short this week. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, let me get back with you. And I don't get the same treatment that I get when I do for them. I don't get the same. And I'm not saying like whatever people's situation is, because it's like, I don't know. Obviously we don't know what everybody's going through, but that's the purpose of being friends. When we communicate, when we talk to one another, when we know each other's story. And I'm not saying we know all our secrets. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that, why do we have so many walls and layers? And I believe that's why it is such a struggle to meet anyone, and that for people to be friends. We can't just be friends without some mess, some drama, some confusion, or can't just keep it real with each other. And it's this solitude and this by myself, because again, you can be around so many people but still be by yourself. You could be married and still by yourself. You could be in a house full of people and still be by yourself, because who can relate to you other than God? Like, I know this, like, but being a human, we sometimes want those human connections. You know, I wish I was a hermit, or I wish I was one of those people that was very a true introvert, because then I wouldn't necessarily need people around me, because I'm in my solitude, I'm in my world. But because I'm not a true introvert, even though I have introvert tendencies, because younger I was definitely more shy. I was a more shyer person when I was younger. There was things I wanted to do, but I didn't have the confidence at those ages to do it. And I now know why. Like, this is the way it is. I honestly know why. And it really kills me to believe that in this vast world of millions and billions of people, that I cannot find one solid friend on this earth. That's what kills me. But I realize that I also do love my peace. I do love that there's no drama. And it took a minute for me to accept that, because I once helped a friend. Like, I knew they were dealing with something and going through something or whatever, and I told them what to do to make their situation right. And once I did that, we stopped being friends. It's like we stopped talking to each other, we stopped being acquaintances and all of that. And I realized then that it was meant for me to be by myself. Really, it was meant for me to be alone. And now, you know, it's not as terrible, but it does hurt. Here I am sitting on the eve of my birthday, and no one called and said, hey, Val, do you want to go out? Do you want to do something? You know, I know it's your birthday tomorrow. You'll probably be in church, which I will be, Lord's will. But the fact that no one called to ask me, would you like to go out for breakfast? Would you like to go out for dinner, for lunch, for brunch? It's on me. So it's terrible, you know.